boys and girls, it's Jaclyn from SNA, and today, as part of our Under the Sea week, I'm going to show you guys how to make these awesome submarines. Cool. Okay, so to make our submarines, we're going to need a few items. We're going to need a paper plate, just like this. We're going to need some glue, some scissors, some crayons or markers, and some tissue paper. Awesome. So, for your submarines, you can make them any color you want. This one's like a yellow, and this one's like a bunch of different greens. And you can add whatever tissue paper you want to use for your, like, the ocean. So, like, it doesn't have to be a blue ocean. If you want it to be blue, you can make it blue. But if you don't have blue or you want to do a different color, you can use, like, red tissue paper. You guys can see it's like he's, like, on, like, a lava. He's, like, a lava submarine. That's cool. So you guys can use whatever color. I'm going to use purple for mine. So it's going to be, like really deep in the sea, like purple. And I'm going to make my submarine blue. But it's up to you guys, whatever color you want to use for your submarine. Awesome. Okay. So, to make our submarines, the first step is to take your plate and you're going to fold it in half so it's like a smile. So, I'll show you guys what I mean. I'm going to take my plate, I'm going to fold it like this until it's in half, like a smile or a taco. And once you guys are done folding, you can unfold it and you can draw in your submarine. So, basically, you guys can use, like I did mine. Okay, so I folded my plate and I used that top part, the part that I curved in half. I used that as like my top of my submarine, and I used the inner circle. So like you can see that there's like an inner circle inside the big circle, and I used that as like the bottom or base of my submarine. So you guys can start off by drawing like this really simple shape, and then you can add on like a little semicircle for the top of your ship. And you guys can see I have like a little semicircle. It's kind of got a little bit messy, but that's okay. It's kind of just like a big circle for the top for like where the people go in, and then like maybe this little like candle here. And then you can also take your pencil or crayon and you guys can make like a little turbine, like make a little 8 for the turbine. That's what I did for my other ones. So you guys can see I have like the little place that was before, and then the top part of the submarine, I just made that using like a handle shape. And yeah, once you guys are done, it should look something like this. Might not be as rough as mine, but that's okay. just a similar shape. You guys can use, like I said, this part, the inner part of the circle for like an outline, and like I said, the half part for the base or the top part. Awesome. Okay, so once you guys have made your base, you can add some colors and start decorating your submarine. You guys can just make sure it stays. Just make sure that you don't color like all this part. Like you can if you want to, but we're gonna put tissue paper on there, so you might like color it really nice, but then it gets covered in tissue paper. So just be mindful of that. And yeah, you can totally, guys, just add any decorations you want. You can, like I said, use different colors. You can make a rainbow if you want to. That's cool. Like, for mine, if you're wondering how I made my other ones, I just used a bunch of different colors, and I kind of like put them together in lines. So I have a bunch of different blues, and I'm gonna like make a bunch of lines across for mine, but you don't have to do that. It's also important to know, you guys can also add on these little like inner windows inside the submarine. I forgot to add that on mine, but it's okay. I have one right here. But if you want to, you can also add these little windows for like people to see outside of the submarine. So yep, take your time, pause the video if you need to, and just have fun. Add awesome decorations. Make your ship look really cool, or your submarine, sorry. So I'm just adding a bunch of colors everywhere for mine. I'm going to make sure I color in my window so it's like also a blue. And add a bunch of colors everywhere, make it all shiny with color, I guess. I don't know. Nice and cool. Awesome. So once you guys are done, it's going to look something like this. You guys can see this is my submarine. It's like kind of a dark submarine, but that's okay. It's good when you're deep in the water. You guys can add extra windows here if you want to. I didn't because I forgot. You guys can always add them on top afterwards. So maybe I can add one right now. I can add on a bunch if I wanted to. So you guys see now I have like a few more windows. Awesome. So once you guys are done adding all of your decorations, you can start on to our next step. So our next step is to cut out all the top part. So we're going to leave this part for the tissue paper. So we're going to cut out the rest. So I'm just going to cut out all the stuff that's on top of my submarine. So just not my actual submarine, just all that plate stuff, the extra plate. I'm just going to take my time, use my scissors. Be careful not to go too fast. It's a little bit tricky at some parts, but that's okay. And once you're done, your submarine is going to look something like this. Awesome. Okay, you guys can see that this is my submarine now, and I have this little area for my water. And once you guys are done cutting out this outer part, the top part, you can take your glue and you can put a bunch of glue on this part and put your tissue paper on. So I'm going to take my glue stick. I'm going to put it all on and add on my tissue paper all around. You guys can see I'm just putting my glue, I'm just putting on different areas randomly. All around. You guys can mix and match your tissue paper if you want to. Doesn't have to be just one color. It can be a bunch of different colors. Like this one. Awesome. So you guys can see there's a lot of white parts still, and I can totally just, put that over on top. But for the sake of the video, I'll just leave it. But you guys can totally just make sure all your pieces are covered. And once you're done, adding on your water part, you can totally get some fish if you want to. So you guys can see in my other ones, I added some fish on. You guys can add some fish. I have like a starfish, some bubbles going on my other ones. You can just make that with some extra construction paper, or using the other part of your rim that you cut off. You can make your fish. It's up to you guys. Once you guys are done adding all of your decorations, you're all good to go. You can totally take them and play around with them. Pretend you're deep sea diving, beep beep, underwater or under lava, or wherever you want your submarines to be. They're so much fun, and I hope you guys have an awesome time making them. I'll see everyone next time. Bye, guys.